years have rolled on by like clouds across the blue. Through the ups and downs and shifting tides, we search for what was true. Folks they come and folks they go, like shadows in the street, but the journey is the greatest gift for every soul we meet.
We started with a simple flame, a light against the dark, to talk about a world gone wild and find a steady spark. Remember when the world turned strange, an asylum run by whim, the voices shouting through the masks, the light was growing dim.
But facts are stubborn, words of weight, and truth will have its day. It triumphs in the end, my friend, and clears the clouds away.
Through the leaders and the legends, through the coming and the gone, we stayed right here together, from the dusk until the dawn.
So let the bells ring out across the land, for the family we have found. From the Yukon down to Fuego, we are standing on this ground. From Korea's morning sunlight to the California shore, it's Christmas with the colonial and we're gathered once more. Oh, the truth is our foundation and faith is our decree. Merry Christmas to our global family.
We may not have the silver and we may not have the fame, we aren't the well-connected with a title to our name.
But we know the truth when we hear it, we see it in the light. It's a compass in the winter, a beacon in the night. And tens of thousands join the trekker community so grand, united by an honest heart and a firm and steady hand.
But let us pause and bow our heads for the reason of the day, the miracle in a manger where the Christ child softly lay.
It's more than just a day of rest or a secular refrain.
It's the birth that changed the universe and broke the heavy chain.
And as we celebrate the life, we remember those now gone, the Brew and Sweet Fiona and Dion, they journey on. So let the bells ring out across the land, for the family we have found. From the Yukon down to Fuego, we are standing on this ground. From Korea's morning sunlight to the California shore, it's Christmas with the colonial and we're gathered once more. Oh, the truth is our foundation and faith is our decree.
Merry Christmas to our global family.
So pull a chair up to the fire, let the joy and love begin.
No matter where you're logging on, we're glad you're invited in.
Stay faithful to the journey, keep walking in the light. Merry Christmas with a Colonel, and to all a peaceful night.
Yeah, it's the 16th of December. The sun is high, the waves are blue, while everybody's chilling in Bolito. Someone's got something else to do. Down in Durban, they're soaking up the spray. It's a holiday, baby, reconciliation day. Nobody's at the office, nobody's on the clock, except for the agents heading down the block. They're swarming through the hallways, looking for a file, losing all the rhythm, losing all the style. In a wood-made office, the air turns cold. A story's being written that's already getting old. Demanding every paper, searching for a name. Intimidation is the spirit of the game. They said, where are the Americans? We need them in a row. But then they changed the script for the midday show. It was the raid on wood-made under a summer sky, a holiday hustle, a convenient little lie. They said, Hakuna Matata, don't you be afraid. We only want the canyons, it was quite the masquerade. Oh, the raid on wood-made, relations take a fall, building up the tension, building up the wall. Oh, 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 oh. home affairs is talking fast, trying to make a holiday work ethic really last. The public's looking sideways, the logic doesn't flow. Working on a Friday, on a holiday, no. Was the KFC closed? Was there nothing left to eat? Is that why the uniforms are out on the street? Somebody doxed a diplomat, secrets on the loose. Now Washington is tightening the diplomatic news. The ancient says it wasn't me. Washington says we shall see. A stumble, a tumble, a diplomatic crack. Once you cross that line, there's no turning back. No turning back. It was the raid on Woodmead under a summer sky. A holiday hustle, a convenient little lie. They said Hakuna Matata, don't you be afraid. We only want the Kenyans, it was quite the masquerade. Oh, the raid on Woodmead, relations take a fall. Building up the tension, building up the wall. Summer sky, a holiday hustle, a convenient little lie. They said, Hakuna Matata, don't you be afraid. We only want the Kenyans, was quite the masquerade. Oh, the raid on with me, relations take a fall. Building up the tension, building up the wall. Check the calendar. Reconciliation doesn't feel like it in Woodmead. Keep your papers ready, mate. Hakuna Matata. Right? Don't coot in bed.
Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the program. It's Chris live in central Pennsylvania on Boxing Day. It's already the 27th in South Africa, Europe, and points further east, but it's still Boxing Day here in the United States and points further east. Just checking the sound very quickly. And thoughts and prayers out to Rohan and his family. His little infant daughter, apparently type 1 diabetes. Thank goodness you were in a place where you had emergency medical service could respond, and you did wind up taking her to the hospital. Again, obviously you didn't panic here. You didn't overreact. You did do what was necessary here, and it's good to hear that she's getting care now. So they'll know what to do to take care of Tyrell. That's tough. Type 1 diabetes, go through life with that. But it's good to get a diagnosis in a place where insulin and treatment and care are available for your young one. So that's good to hear. Boy, almost every South African that's come over here seems to have some sort of serious medical problem. We're inheriting billions of dollars of medical care that South Africa's government is not taking care of. Jay, cancer, Willem with MS, the list goes on and on and on. And almost every South African that's come over has post-traumatic stress disorder. It's cost us millions of dollars in care for these folks. What South Africa has done to its own citizens is shocking. It's abysmal, reckless, useless healthcare, and it's an environment that puts people in a situation where their minds are just really put in a tough spot. Well, folks, welcome back to the program. Let me go through the chat here, and then I'm going to talk about tonight's story. Tonight is not a good story for a gentleman, Mr. Schoonwinkel, who thought he could outwit U.S. Customs Immigration Service and do exactly what I told people not to do. I advised people not to do it, and I have very little empathy. I feel bad for the guy, but not that badly, because people, if you can read English, then you can read the embassy website, and you know there's a program. But instead of waiting his turn and getting a line, like all the people who've patiently been waiting since February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, he decided to hop on a flight in September and come over here and just circumvent the rules, thinking, well, I'm a clever guy. And now he finds himself in prison since September, in prison. And the racist New York Times spend all their time talking about how brown people are in prison there, and it's odd that a white guy's there. Well, you break the rules, you break the rules. Also, the New York Times just recently ran an article in which I shared with you guys. It showed how the people, thousands of people deported all over the world, not just to Latin America, although the majority of them are down there. Well, that's because the majority of the criminals are coming from Latin America, not from Ukraine or from Poland or from Liechtenstein. They're coming from Latin America, and our government has tolerated this nonsense. Mr. Schoonwinkel has got himself an attorney now who a bit of a bigot himself based on his own comments. I don't know what else you consider him. He's bigoted against the Trump administration. His comment finding out that Mr. Schoonwinkel is white is like, oh, I assumed he was black because he's in prison. Really? Now, he's not saying he thinks black people should be in prison. What he's saying is that because Trump would put people in prison for immigration fraud. Anyway, let me say hello to everybody. Work people, welcome to you. Wendy, welcome to you. Holden liked this segment about Valley Forge yesterday. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed that as well on Christmas Day. Thank you for that. Rian, welcome to you. Karen Lang, CB is here. Hermanus Johannes Erlang. Who else we got there? Utopi, welcome back. And then we had a smaller audience than usual tonight, folks. It's holidays. Obviously, people are taking a break. I hope they come back. Kathy Price, this was the time last year that inspired me to continue doing my program. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it to 100,000 subscribers. We're not quite getting there fast enough. I think we're going to be short 100,000 for the year. That's such a shame. I really hope we'd hit 100,000 for the year. That would have been so cool. Let me take a look and see how close we are for 2025. Maybe 1,200 would be my guess. Maybe probably more than that, but let's take a look. 2025 subscribers gained 98,700. So we're still 1,300 away. We're not gaining subscribers. Last time we gained any subscribers, a note was on the 16th when we gained 745 on the 16th. If we could get, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make 100,000 this year. That's unfortunate. It's been most of our subscriber list has been really slow from July all the way until December, and we had a couple big days. Yeah, it's been really, really slow growth. But yeah, we're not going to make that 100,000 for the year. That sucks. I'd hope to make 100,000 in 1 year. That would have been cool. But oh well, it's just a mark, just a goal. Studabella, welcome to you. Merlin Young Kepesad. Okay, interesting username. Thank you for that. Loretta, okay. JP, Xavier Grayling is here. Cleode Polo, Ulrich Venter, Freyo Dutoy. Okay. AJ Quinn. Oh, it's gifted membership. Cool. Xavier got a gifted membership. Cool. Update from yesterday. My 2-year-old went to hospital after all suspected type 1 diabetes. Out of nowhere, couldn't find veins, excess bone marrow, and later through a groin. Oh my goodness. Oof, that's tough. FBI director says the Hoover building will be shut down. Yeah, no, it's full of asbestos. They should have shut it down 30 years ago. It's also one of the most hideous looking buildings you're ever going to see. They should raise the damn thing and put something up that's more suitable in D.C. 16 with type 1. That's, oof. We may just be ignoring all the symptoms or illnesses while we're in South Africa, and it comes flooding out and we're not sleeping isn't our biggest day problem. You're probably right about that, Dirk. Yeah. But what I'm saying is South Africa's healthcare is so abysmal that we're inheriting millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of medical issues that we have to pay for on this end. I don't say that begrudgingly. I'm just saying, yeah. Yeah. Hendo says the guy turned out to be the village idiot. Yeah. Well, he thought he'd be clever. Hey, Yaku, what's up? Every person doesn't cope differently. My missus, point of fact, her nerves are shot like in Murtu. I cannot imagine how I must feel. Yeah, no. Well, I know it's like to live in fear every night, or concern anyway. And I have people shooting at you, artillery going off. That's pretty frightening. It's a so-called refugee. Well, welcome to you. Graham Robert, hello. Ben Stapleberg. Hendo's here. Metamorph. Dan is in from Wyoming. What's going on out there, man? This is a great time for you. I mean, it's like 8 o'clock. It's like prime time for you. You can watch prime time viewing here. Yeah, I think, Dirk, your general comment was okay. Good evening, Charles CB. What's up? So, guys, this is pretty crazy stuff. So, I just published a video, and of course, it's not the ideal time of Saturday morning for people to watch it, so I don't even know if anybody's... 281 people have watched it already. That's not a whole lot that quickly. Let me take a look and make sure that's the actual count. If this was on a weekday, well, 335, so it's a bit slow. I got 7 comments on already. Let's see if people come in. I took some of the snarky stuff I said in the video when I recorded it out. One can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Exactly. Could this be a plant by NC? No, it's not. More like the expectation of complexion protection. Really got smacked by people's stupidity. Really dumb. Yeah, it was dumb. And you know, there's no excuse for it. I mean, we know for a fact what the program is all about. You don't have to be a record. I mean, you don't have to be an attorney to figure it out. You just go to the U.S. Embassy website or watch this program. You'll hear the answers. I have advised since the 7th of February, do not take the asylum path. It is not. And then, of course, we've been asked by H-2A visa holders, should they take it? And I've advised against it. Professor G and I have a different opinion on that. But, we've seen that most asylum cases are turned down. There's been one successful case we're aware of, and that's because Professor G is an asylum attorney who can't handle South African cases, so he knows. Okay, Artix, you and Dirk can stop getting an argument. Okay, Keone, good evening to you. Anyway, so yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's a New York Times story, folks, that I'm talking about. It came out late this afternoon, and I took some time looking into it, and then I put the video there. But once again, my editing took time, so I got it done just before this live stream. So let's take a look at that story very quickly from the New York Times. This is it here. There it is. Trump invited white South Africans to America. No, he invited South Africans. One ended up in detention. Yes, because he broke the law. An Afrikaner flew the United States expecting protection. Instead, he spent months locked up in Georgia alongside hundreds of other immigrants. They're not immigrants. They're criminal alien invaders. Let's get that straight. Benjamin Schoonvinkel took President Trump at his word, except he didn't listen to President Trump. He didn't invite people to just get on a plane and fly over here. We are telling people we're not doing that anymore. We're stopping that. Oh, they're going to run with this story. Oh, they will. Paul, that's why I spent my evening putting this video together, because I know they're going to do it. And that's why I put my video together, the facts, get out in front of the Miriam Jordan's propaganda story here. Yep, no, absolutely. They are going to love this story. They're going to talk about it. But once again, people like Werner Kruger's father, who just hate Trump, whatever it become may be, are going to ignore the facts. So it's good to get the facts out there just the same. Special age she gave people for. I do too, Phoenix. And he did not find your channel. He would, yeah. Well, between shadow banning and people like that, that's the problem. Yep. Or he could have found Professor G's. Incentives are a big driver in behavior, and Professor G spreads a lot of good info. But the main incentive is still he's an asylum attorney. Well, perhaps, I don't know, Dirk. I can't speak to his intentions, and I have nothing bad to say about him. But yeah. Well. Very few people are genuine humanitarians. We all get something out of it. I mean, look at all the friends I get to make. It's pretty cool. Nah, there's no height of desperation here, Xavier. I mean, first off, they didn't tell the whole story, so we don't know what his asylum claim was. But they've looked at the asylum claim, and the part they share is a joke. It's a joke. Not what happened to him, but from an asylum standpoint, it's a joke. Let me read to you what they say. It's a long story here. Where's it at here? Oh, come on. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so in his asylum application reviewed by the New York Times, Mr. Schoonvinkel said that he'd been persecuted based on his race, political opinion, and membership in a particular social group, which is kind of a standard check the block. Okay, so now you got to prove. He said that he'd been attacked in December of 2014 on his farm by two black men, claiming they beat him, tied him up, and held him at knife point. The property was looted. I lost all my hope of walking out alive, adding that the attack left deep emotional scars. Now, I don't doubt that he has deep emotional scars, and I don't doubt that he was attacked by two black guys. But how is that racial persecution? How is that racial persecution? It's not, unless there was a racial component to it. There's nothing shared that it says it's a racial component. Therefore, there's no basis for asylum. No basis. None whatsoever. People write to me, I was raped, we were robbed, we were carjacked. Folks, I've told you, I feel bad for you, but that is not the basis for a refugee or asylum. It's not. The world's full of criminal acts. People are raped in America. People are murdered in America. Houses are burned down by arsons in America. You're not going to get a refugee status to come to America. You start getting asylum status when you show up here fraudulently as a tourist trying to gain asylum entry. It's not the basis. How many times have I told people, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound callous. I'm not being callous. I'm just telling you how it is. You come to me as a USCIS adjudication officer, and this is your story. Well, they broke into our farm and they stole us. It was a bunch of black guys, and my daughter was sexually assaulted. That's horrific. Okay, so why are you here? Well, because I want to be a refugee, but you haven't told me any justification for it. You haven't explained any persecution based on race, membership in a particular group, sexual orientation, religious. You haven't told me anything other than you've been a victim of crime. Everybody in South Africa is a victim of crime. Got it? You guys tracking? Arctic gives a ringing endorsement for Professor G and his colleagues. They're professional and trustworthy. They gave me great advice and didn't ask for my kidney. Not bad lawyers. Why are you talking to Professor G, man? You're a legal immigrant here. What's going on? Wait, there's something we don't know about Arctic? Did he slip across the border in one of those planes? You know, he carrying narcotics from Colombia, Arctic? What's going on there? Yeah, no. Anyway, yeah. No. I mean, again, I don't beef with Professor G. I got a very cordial relationship with him, and I don't question his bona fides. Who is Ben? I don't see any Ben here, but you're responding to a Ben. Because you can't come to America without refugee status or a valid visa. Yep. Right. Crime doesn't equal persecution. It doesn't. Unless it's based on race. You can prove that. No, exactly. That won't help his case at all. So he thinks that Mr. Rosenblum says he has a valid case, easy case. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Hey, John Craig, what's going on? Which help am I giving you, John? I'll help you. What doesn't end when you go to? What are you talking about, man? Oh yeah. No, I'm just teasing, Arctic. Take, man. Ease up on the brandy, man. By the way, where's my Osbach? Somebody got me some Osbach. I don't drink Kahlua. No, yeah. So, by the way, I got my natural gas bill. Woo! Last month was $56. This month, $168. Woo. That's because of Reggie, Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, and the taxes put on our energy here in Pennsylvania by the scumbags in Harrisburg, so we can sell cheap gas electricity to the people in Connecticut and New York, Massachusetts. Yeah, they don't pay the taxes. We do for our energy. What a ripoff. When my dad worked at ESCOM, two black guys saw him going to the bathroom, followed him aside, and talked about how they would wipe out whites. Well, that is an example of persecution. If you can convince someone that story is true, that is an example, Rohan. But being a victim of crime is not example of persecution. It's not. I've told people this over and over again. That works. Wife dropped her card, and the packer muttered, "Stupid white." What? No, that's something wholly different. Yeah, that's not persecution. That's bad manners, unless it was followed up by something. You know, that's just people with bad manners. So, I mean, I've been called Zungu and all kinds of nasty things all over Africa. It wasn't persecution. And oftentimes I was in a position of superiority or authority over those clowns that said stuff like that, which made it very stupid on their part to say things like that. Things don't go well for you when you do that. Paperwork, the lawyer fees, U.S. Army Intel boys sticking thermometer. No, Army Intel doesn't do that. That's customs immigration. We don't go near those folks. We only stick thermometers up people's bums in holding centers overseas in Afghanistan and Iraq. You've not been keeping up with current events. No, our thermometers don't reach America, only overseas. By the way, I checked my internet output before I went live. It was 38 megabytes per second, so we shouldn't have any problems tonight. But watch, tomorrow at 11 o'clock, we'll probably have a problem again. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you guys are killing me here, man. I tell you, I love that Raid on Woodmeat song. Every time I do it, I'm really glad I put Hakuna Matata in the lyrics because it just fits perfectly in there. Hakuna Matata. We're only here for the Kenyans. Yes. So what's Home Affairs up to? Are they raiding any places today? It was Boxing Day at Christmas. Did they raid any place? Did they hunt down any Kenyans? Any Mozambicans? Any Congolese or Ethiopians running around South Africa? Come on, tell me what happened. What happened? Come on, Home Affairs. Where are your raids today? He came alone. He has no daughter. He says he's alone. He has no daughter. Where are you getting a daughter story from? Where's that coming? Story of him making contact with labor law. He was basically told that labor law people are in ESCOM's pockets. Well, Rohan, you're already here, so it doesn't matter about convincing anybody. Whatever you said could convince people you had a legitimate basis to be here. When a guy has a thermometer... Okay, I'm moving on from Arctic's story. Andre Stender. Ex-CID, Johannesburg, on the run, got hot in Florida, 84 so. I have no idea what you're talking about, Patrick. Jackie Kane, what is going on, man? What is going on? Would have been great to one day see the numbers, but most refugees are probably getting in through a non-crime related persecution. That's race laws. Exactly. Well, it'd be great to see the numbers in general, wouldn't it, Arctic? We have to wait till January to see the December report. We've already seen the immigration report for November, how many people came. I'd like to see how many came in December, even though we stopped around the 16th or 17th. Phoenix said Home Affairs work their one day of the year on the 16th. They'll not be working the rest of the year. Well, they worked on a holiday, so I think they get a month off because they worked on a public holiday, right? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Run, Forrest, run. Mama said life's like a box of chocolates. Lieutenant Dan, how are you, Lieutenant Dan? BMI actually arrested a few illegals from Mozambique. Yeah, I think they might have, Dirk. I don't know. I'm just asking. Yeah, their whole overtime budget was blown on the 16th to get 7 people. Hakuna Matata, we're here for the Kenyans. Hey, Light Rain, what's going on, man? Is it still flooding out there in Washington State? What's it like? Is it just in the Evergreen side, or is it also on the flat, high desert chaparral on the plateau side there out by Spokane? Where's that flooding taking place, man? Is it east up? This hasn't really been reported in the news today. Reported a citizen about confiscated pirate goods. MSM is so biased. The perp referred to as an undesirable person, not calling them what they are. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I saw that story. I just know the Nike, the guy who had contraband Nike socks or something like that. Yeah, and 88 illegals. Yeah, undesirable person. Folks, the undesirable people are the political leaders of South Africa. That's the undesirable people. We could name all of them. It would take us about 400 minutes to name them all. Oh, that's great. Arctic is right. This just in. Home Affairs has spent its entire overtime budget for the current fiscal year on December 16th at Woodmead. All right, so the EFF... the EFF is whining about Nigeria. I'll do something on that, but that wasn't nearly as impactful as the refugee story that I just covered. So one mistake that changed everything. I'm not sure I picked the right title, although AI says it's a good title. So I'll take AI's word for it. 624 people seen it now. That's not bad, but it's this hour anyway. 36 days to government shutdown. You are correct. And since I got paid on the last shutdown, I'm not going to lose too much sleep. I mean, I'm still prepared. Of course, I'm about ready to send the U.S. government a whole bunch more tax money just to make sure I paid enough tax this year. Hopefully I get a big return. Our flooding was west of the Cascades. Oh, okay. Stop. Okay, good. Attention is flooding in Southern California. Well, flooding in Southern California, I just washed away the lefties. Just love a line in your song, Run Out of KFC. Yeah, I stuck that in too. Run Out of KFC. I put that in there. That was great. We just fished them out at Limpopo while on their holiday. Is it paywalled? I don't know. Let me see. I didn't put it in my story because I figured people would just watch my story. Just saying. Oh, that's news from today. I don't need that. Where are you at? Here we are. I don't know. I have an account, so I don't know if it's behind a paywall. I can't tell you. It doesn't say pay article. It's just, so I'll give you the link if you want to go check it out. Someone go check it and tell me if it's behind a paywall. But I mean, you want me to advertise for New York Slimes instead of my video? Brandon Huntley's story, Canada was a real shock. Patrick, what are you going on about stuff? Yeah, Ben, you can say. Oh, there's the Ben you were talking to, Ben Stapleberg. That's who it was. Okay. Oh yeah, Yaku, freezing rain. When I finished my broadcast earlier. I went out to the car and it was coated. It was like a glazed donut. It was coated in frozen rain. It rained and froze on the car. Had little icicles coming off the bonnet. Yeah, I had to go out and start the car up. But the check engine light came on a couple days ago. Gee, Merry Christmas for me. Check engine light came on. It was just serviced in September, so I have no idea what that's all about. When the check engine light comes on, when you do the remote start, it'll run for 15 minutes. When the check engine light comes on, 30 seconds after it starts, it does diagnostics. It goes, engine problem, shuts the car down. So I had to go out, manually start the car. Oh, gosh, walk to the car. So exhausting. Had to walk all the way to the car, 20 meters. Yeah, I walked to the car and started the car and then left it running and locked up. And after about 10 minutes, walked out and just brushed all the ice off. Yep. I'm sure I put lots of carbon dioxide into the air. Carbon criminal! You ruined the world! I'm sorry, Greta. Sorry. Okay. Governor shut down. It's on January so we can file for tax. Yeah. Government, I think you meant, not governor. Franz Faury says, luckily the storm missed us here in Buffalo. Just some ice rain. I didn't know you were in Buffalo, friends. Oh, my goodness. No snow here. The snow hits New York City and the Hudson Valley. We get hit it hard. Yeah, in fact, I have a map of that where the snow is supposed to come according to New York Slimes. Where's that at? Somewhere I had that. No, that's not it. Is it over here? Maybe it's over here. There we go. I got a map of that. Let me show you that map real quick. All right, so I had a bunch of news I found here. Let me see. Okay. Well, someone's writing to me about Wisconsin, where I already talked to someone who had a good experience in Wisconsin. This sounds like a bad experience. Okay, let's see if this is going to open up the correct window. Yeah, there we go. So snow begins falling in New York City as a winter storm threatens havoc. So Buffalo is all the way on the far left side of that map and just missed a bit of snow. But most of that snow is hit not New York City, but New York State. The city got skirted. I mean, Long Island got a bunch of snow, and the city got some snow, about 4 inches. But here, if you look on the map in the bottom there, I'm barely in the snow cover. It says less than 2 inches, less than an inch. And I don't think we're going to get any snow here. Harrisburg is on there, Lancaster's on there. But I'm just below that Harrisburg in that light pale blue in the bottom center left of the picture. Yeah, so I'm not getting it. Yeah, but New York is getting hit hard. New York, Connecticut get hammered. Bridgeport is buried under about 10 inches, 12 inches of snow. That's a foot of snow. That's a lot of snow. That's lake effect stuff, folks. That stuff blew across the lake and it comes right on down there. You can see that Buffalo usually gets hit pretty hard with it. Buffalo kind of escaped it. I didn't know you were up there in Buffalo. Are you one of the folks that got crappy support up there? Let me know. Okay. What do you have to log into? Ben sent something, okay. You do know they make car covers for inclement weather. Yeah. And? Yeah. We're not wusses here. This is where men are men. How's your hip? Cold doesn't affect the hip. It's the bone grinding on bone that affects the hip. It's been bothering me. It was fine for about 3 weeks now. It's bothering me. So I didn't tell any people because I want people like Arctic to think it's because I'm not drinking the Starbucks. The inflammation isn't happening. So, but I'm in pain right now. Just didn't want. I wanted them to think they had success. I wanted them to feel good. I mean, I won a $500 bet, so I kind of feel a little obligation there. But he's not the only one. I think Dirk is also on talking to me about inflammation and sugar and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm in pain, and it's not just that. Also, I think I have arthritis in my left elbow now that's flared up. This hurts like a mother. Oof. Right. It's not hurting right now. Idling your car is very bad for your engine. Yeah, but it's very good for melting ice in the car. Then why do they put an auto start on it? Oh, Sven just watched the video. Okay. The caseworker's okay so far, just to get it. Yeah, I don't know if you wrote to me, friends. Some people wrote to me about Buffalo. Yeah, no, it's again, people use different names in some of you think of names like that are real names in YouTube. They're not. People make names up. Their real name is something different, so I lose track. I have to make a measles sheet of who's who, keep track of stuff. Dump the other sugar in your diet. Yeah, so go without sugar and die of starvation. Yeah, okay, that helps. Yeah. Coconut oil. Well, look. Yeah, the arthritis can't be helped when the cartilage is gone. That's the problem. My car, a hoopty? No, I don't have hoopties. I buy good cars. My car I bought brand new. I haven't bought a used car since 1987. 1987 for $500. I bought a 1980 Volkswagen Passat. Yeah, a chance to build a new life. Still very grateful. Well, here's the thing, friends. Get that Social Security number. Get that EAD. Get that taken care of. Leech whatever you can out of what benefits you're allowed to get. Look around. Don't stay in Buffalo. I generally wouldn't stay in Buffalo anyway. I used to live there, friends. You notice I don't live in Buffalo right now. I lived there as a kid. No. Nice to visit Niagara Falls, but that's in the summertime. Other than that, screw it. Although in the wintertime, it's pretty cool looking too. But it's better from the Canadian side. You go across the Friendship Bridge and go into Canada, much nicer. And the best view of Niagara Falls is from the Hilton, one of those nice rooms upstairs, which as a Diamond member, they upgraded me for free. It was awesome. That's where I saw for the first time ever Dark Matter, the television series. I was watching that. It was the first season. I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. It was on the TV, Dark Matter. Yeah. Yeah, you hear me. Okay. You know what I discovered that works for arthritis? Rooibos. I have Rooibos, Yaku. I have a whole box of Rooibos in here. You think that'll help? See, our first White Christmas, Wisconsin this year. Our caseworkers are amazing. We have Social Security 2 weeks. That's how it's supposed to work, brother. That's how it's supposed to. Now you need that EAD. Exactly. Nobody stays in Buffalo on purpose. Exactly. I didn't stay. The only reason we were there is because we were kidnapped. That's how we wound up. We wound up as close, almost as far away as you can get in America from the authorities. Just across the bridge, we would have been in Canada. But they came. They came when we came home from school, and so the kidnapper wasn't clever enough to get us out of the country in time across the border to Canada. No cartilage left in your knee. That sucks. Ugh. When you have the shower with kitchen equipment and woodworking tools, then maybe it's time to relocate somewhere else safer. Yep. Yeah, White Christmas. We didn't have White Christmas here, and we're not getting one now, and that's fine with me. We did have that ice storm, though. Oof. But they were prepared for it here in central Pennsylvania. I left here expecting, after I cleaned the ice off the car, that maybe the roads might be, but no. All the roads were pre-salted before the storm came, and the roads were clear. We shut down the Veterans Bar and Canteen out of abundance of caution, but it's a shame, because we probably lost a lot of money today on a Friday. Yep. I-94 chicken works amazing when things work, unlike South Africa. Streets are clean, buses always on time. There you go, man. There you go, Ben. That's great to hear you're having a good story. How come you don't come on here and do an interview, Ben? Are you shy? Are you hideous looking? Or what's the deal? Are you too sexy for your cat? You don't have to come on, man. I'm just teasing. I'm trying to lighten up the moment after hearing that Chris Marie has no cartilage left in her knee. Ugh, no wonder she walks the way she does. I was wondering about that. You're ugly and people laugh. Nah. Can't be uglier than Arctic, man. He's pretty hideous looking. Well, listen. You want to see how many whining text messages I got about this? Oh my gosh. Let's see how many whining text messages I got. I ignore these things in the morning. I try to ignore them as much as possible. Let me see. Stop that. Nottingham Forest. I don't care about Nottingham Forest. Okay. Okay. So, do we have a plan for weather today? They suggest we close at 2. I agree at closing at 2. I'll make sure the snow blower is running. I don't think there will be much accumulation, just wet and icy. So, are we closing early? I think we should. I agree. So, we should get someone to post on Facebook closing. Do we have a consensus to shut down? Oh my gosh. 3 hours this morning. And it's closed. Now, that's just one of the groups. Here's the other one. Gentlemen, do we have a contingency plan? Gentlemen, do we have a contingency plan? Gentlemen, do we have a contingency plan? You know, come on. We shut it down. Relax. I post on Facebook. Yeah, constant messaging. And we probably lost money. It was unnecessary. I drove to the Veterans Organization. The parking lot was fine. Also, just letting you know, our neighbors are refugees and their colors. Aha! Ask them to come on. I would beg some colors to come on. That would be so awesome. Come on. Tell them I love colors. It's true. It's true. I was at a farm in Popo. The is like 7th generation, whose great-great-grandparents fought in the Anglo-Boer War. He made it clear that he's not going anywhere. Well, yeah. Arctic says, standing next to me, that I because he was standing next to me, I look like Tom Cruise. Thank you, Arctic. That's very kind of you. I know that. I've heard that before, but I didn't want to say it. I mean, some people think it's, kind of gauche to tell people that you look like Tom Cruise. But I mean, I do. I know. Actually, I kind of look like Chris Christopherson when he was still sexy. Yeah. Anyway, just saying. But I mean, Tom Cruise works too. Yeah. Anyway. Sharon, what's going on? That text chain sounded like a conversation with my wife and my daughters. Exactly. Yep. There's an Indian refugee near us. She said we must come over sometime. Well, okay, Rohan. That's awesome. Cool. Put your glasses on, old Tom Cruise. I read your message quite clear. It was mean and snarky, so I turned it into something good and lovely. J-Rod, what's going on, man? Yeah, your neighbors are colored. See, I guess there's more coloreds. I didn't know about coloreds in Wisconsin. I know about coloreds in a few places, but not there. I know about Indians in Virginia. And I know about coloreds in Texas and coloreds in California. Now I know about coloreds in Wisconsin. All I want to say is everyone is still waiting. I know it's frustrating, but I promise you it's worth it. The American dream is still alive. Well, Ben, actually, if you would not mind coming on, honestly, it would be helpful because you're in a place where it's not an ideal neighborhood and you're not comfortable there. But you just said it's worth it. I mean, people need to hear that, man. They need to hear that stuff. Look, again, I don't do this because I get joy out of it. It takes a lot of my time to do that, but it's important. It's important. So look, Ben, if you want to, we can do it. If you want your face hidden, we can make you anonymous. We can do that. We've done that before. True statements are never mean or snarky. They're just factual. I know, Arctic. That's why I said I appreciate you telling people I look like Tom Cruise. It's awesome, man. Thanks. Yaku says every minority was at the interview. They're going to relocate 5,800 Indian Jews to Israel. Wow. Franz says, maybe you play the new Sean Connery lookalike. I didn't realize how many South African refugees are actually watching the program, because some of y'all didn't tell me you're in the States, and now we're discovering it here late at night when you're half asleep. You're letting it slip. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Rohan, it doesn't matter if you have stage fright. We can keep you off camera. Again. Well, I can ask you, but you can just say no. All right, Rohan, I'll officially ask you, would you please come on and do an interview? Your neighbor did one. She was lovely today. Point the camera at the frozen Mississippi. Yeah, you can point the camera out the window at the river. You can watch Niagara Falls. I suspect you don't live close enough to see that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be unhappy with your location. Oh my goodness. I think my image is pretty good for that video too. Here's the image I came up with for that video. I think it's pretty good. So I AI'd that Customs Immigration Atlanta Hartsfield. They spelled Hartsfield wrong. It's spelled Hartsfeld, Jackson International Airport. But yeah. Dude getting arrested. And the other is the actual detention center where he is currently serving time. Yeah. Where you going, Boer refugee? What's going on, man? Why are you leaving? It's almost inevitable your viewership would be here. Not really, Holden. I mean, not really. Lots of South Africans know who I am, have nothing to do with the refugee program, and are staying in South Africa. Lots of them. It's just that the chat has been dominated by people interested in the refugee program this year. I don't know if that's true, Jackie Kane. I haven't heard. Interview with Chris isn't that bad. I've done it twice, and I have a face for radio and voice for print. And so, yeah, thank you, Dan. Dan has been on the program twice with his dad. He's been on the program. Yep, Cowboy Action Shooters, man, which is really cool. You guys, that's on my channel from back in the day. Yep, we can do it. It will come on. We can do it. I will come on, Colonel. I would like to stay anonymous. That's perfectly fine, Ben. If you want to do it, look. I'm not trying to put you in a corner. You've already sent me a note. Send me another note, and we can do it next week sometime. Okay? Maybe New Year's Eve, or something before. Tuesday, I've got Dr. Peter Ham on the program, and Wednesday is New Year's Eve, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's do it. Add you to the stable of refugees in the States. It can be anonymous. We'll put you on Zoom, and you leave your camera off and just have your audio on, and I'll give you a made-up name. Okay? Oh, but no, I won't give you a made-up name because now everybody knows it's you. We'll just say Ben, okay? Or we'll schedule it for later. I have other anonymous interviews. Has anyone ever told you, here as long as you like Karl Marx? No. No one's ever told me that. Okay, that works. Ben works. Okay, cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is Ben Dover. Ben Dover. Oh, not bend over. Bend over. No, just kidding. Mind hiding my face. Might stutter from being nervous, but I would answer some questions. Just need to get our daughter sorted. No, Rohan, take care of that first. I'm sorry to hear about that for your daughter. I'm very glad that you're in a place where people responded quickly. You can wear a disguise. Yes, tonight's special guest on the program is Ben Dover. I'm not bend over. Ben Dover. From Dover, England. The White Cliffs of Dover. You people and your nasty thoughts. Anyway, yeah, so let's see what happens. We're not going to make it to 100,000 subscribers this year. That's a bummer, man. Webwolf, hello. Well, my internet's working, so that's a good start. That's always a happy thing. I'm a bit surprised. I haven't had a good video since the 21st. 5 days since I had a good video. I had several good ones in a row, but it's been pretty Christmases. Of course, I did some funny videos, and I did the PayPal fraud thing. The one that surprised me, debunking the Trump myths, that one only has 17,900 views. I'm surprised it never got to, never got anywhere. That's a bit surprising. Anyway. ER yesterday, way to check me in hospital, but appointed hospital. I know a affirming doctor or bed. Good Lord, that's a private hospital. Didn't even have that. I'm so sorry to hear that, Maze. Gosh, you really need proper care. Well, for Halloween, we wear Biden mask, scare the bejesus out of kids. Ah! Ben, good night. Ah, come on, man. It's 10:45. What are you going to bed for? You got work tomorrow? Oh, my goodness. But did anybody watch that stream today with Adriana? I thought that was pretty good. She was a very pleasant guest. Very helpful. So we had the 3 broadcasts earlier today. It's the 4th one of the day. Wow. Can Oracle the news, and I had trouble with the internet. We had 3,500 for that. Then we had Stomchish. We had 6,000 for that. And then for the interview with Adriana, we had 5,500. So for live streams, we had 35 and 6, 95, 10, 15,000 live views on live streams today so far, plus whatever we get on this one. 15,500 so far. That's not bad. Aurora says it was a good stream. COVID. Oh my gosh. How'd you get COVID, man? I never had COVID. I haven't seen anybody with COVID, man. It's crazy. Gosh bless it. Feel better. And Phoenix enjoyed the interview as well. Yeah, she was very sincere. Yep. It was nice. And it was nicer to pay it forward. Her kids don't want to come on. That's fine. That's their prerogative. Don't like to push anybody in. But we've had very good live streams this week, but the prepared video is just tanking badly. But if we go back to, let's see, go back to the 21st, the night I was talking about, we've had some very good live streams. So we had the interview with the people who were off screen. That one had 12,600. But so we go back to, let's go back to the 21st, 7,800 on live stream, 4,600, 12,700, 2,200, 9,500, 4,300, 5,300, 2,700, 5,600, 2,400, 2,400, 4,600, 6,500, 3,400, 6,000, 5,500. That's some pretty good live streams. Not so great on the prepared videos, though. I guess people just aren't watching this week. Hopefully the one I did tonight will get some attention. Had COVID 3 times. Good Lord. American Medical, they told us they want us to come back because all positive COVID. My goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that, Ben. That's terrible. That's terrible. Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen Fleshin. I want to congratulate Fleshin on 2 very, very well. I mean, the Dragons look pretty good too, but I think they lost in the end. Yeah, let me check my Super Brew. I haven't done that yet. I watched the after the fact games. I didn't have time to watch them this afternoon. I was actually busier than I thought it would be. Why do I have to keep logging in? This is really getting old. Okay, how'd I do? Yeah, I picked the Scarlets to win that game, and Osprey surprised me. And then, yeah, I picked Cardiff, and they just barely beat the Dragons. Dragons put on a hell of an effort, especially early on. They were serious about the game. So I got 2 out of 3 today. And the Osprey surprised me. I expected the Scarlets to win that game. But some entertaining games, 26-19 and 22-19 for the 2 Wales games. That was pretty good. CBs didn't go well. Sorry to hear that. How are you walking around with symptoms? How are these people not spreading it? Is it non-contagious? And if somebody has it for a long time, and wouldn't they be a carrier and spreading it around to people? They have it for years on end. Wouldn't it be spreading to the whole population? Doesn't make any sense. Hey, Light Rain. Yeah, he didn't say if his daughter's in bed. He said he had to take her to the hospital. Yep. So last week I had a very good week. Man, I had a very good week. On Saturday, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 9 games, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 bonus points. That was pretty good. But let me look at my captaincies and see how I'm doing. I'm not doing so great, though, unfortunately. Come on, Super Brew. Faster, faster, faster. Super Brew's a great site, but sometimes a little slow. I hope they make money. It's a quick hit and run again. Got to run off to the range. Today's okay. Good luck with that. Okay. Loving my free gifted membership for a month, says Renee Cooney. Oh, thank you, Renee. Appreciate that. Yeah, someone gift that. Okay, it's not loading the captaincies. Okay, reload the page. So now Super Brew's not loading. I'm glad someone gave you one, but that's just done by random. Someone is generous to donate those, but it was just it's selected at random. So Scientist is in first place in our URC poll. I've gotten 69% of the picks correct, almost 70%. The average is 65. My margin of accuracy is 12.3. The average is 13.7. So I'm up on both those. But nonetheless, I'm not really in great shape here. I am in 10th position. I haven't gone anywhere. That sucks. Scientist is still number 1. 44 correct picks. Yep, I've got 38, so 6 behind, but I've got some extra bonus points. Yep. I'm 7.5 points. I'm not going to catch him on that one. That sucks. Oh, well. Champions Cup and Challenge Cup, those are coming up soon again. And this one, I'm 18th position. Not so well in the Champions Cup. I'm doing very poorly there. Yeah, it's because the South African teams are screwing me. I should just went with the facts and not my heart. Challenge Cup, let's see how I'm doing there. Challenge Cup, I'm 18th there. I moved up 4 spots. I must have missed some picks. Huh. Wow. Oh, well. I'm not having a great season there. Nephew was the only bone that got one in group that got Osprey's game. Huh? Someone in Arkansas won the Powerball 1.8. Are you serious, man? Wow. You're in good spirits. Am I in good spirits? I'm in a little bit of pain. I had to take a nap earlier. I was hurting so much. Yep. Brent an area in which now third world dingy instead of sedate Parktown. Well, I'm not in good spirits about the $80 I got rooked out of by the English company for tariffs when it's supposed to be 10%. And they charged me 42% tariffs. I'm not happy. So on Saturday, I've got Benetton and by 7 over Zebra, Parma. I've got Bristol by 15 over Newcastle. I've got Glasgow by 14 on the road over Edinburgh. I picked Saracens by 7 over Gloucester on the road. I've got Bath by 5 at home against Northampton. That might be the tough one to call. I've got Ulster by 12 on the road over Connacht, who just absolutely sucks this year. Munster and Leinster. I've got Munster by 12 at home over Leinster. That's the game I want to watch in the afternoon. And then on Sunday, I've got Exeter by 7 over Leicester. So that's my picks. That's my picks. The next one's come the week after, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway. It's a good question. Will Evan Etzberth come back to the Stormers? I don't know. It's a good question. It'd be cool to see, but I don't know. The Stormers don't need him. They also don't need Sia Khaleesi. We're just doing Sia Khaleesi a favor. He's at the end of his career, and he's still a great player, but he's not an amazing player anymore. Perspiration. Okay, it rained again last night. Thought I'd grab a quick shower before stream. It was right about stormy yellow sky. Okay. Paying tax English. Are we seriously having this conversation? No, Holden. I'm not paying tax English. The English bastards charged me $80 for a $197 order and said it was tariffs. But the tariffs to America are 10%. They were negotiated down. There used to be a delimitus, so anything under $800 was free. I never paid tariffs on it before. I used to buy all my rugby jerseys from there, the ones that I needed for other countries. But these bastards now charge me $80 saying it's tariffs. That's bullshit. So, anyway, but I got the stuff I got like 80% off on some of the stuff I bought. So let me see what I bought here. No, I'm going to write to them and tell them this is bullshit. This isn't right. You're just taking advantage of this, and that's it. I'm not going to be a customer anymore because I don't like being cheated. I won't say it quite that way, but I'll definitely say it in a way that ought to get their attention. I've spent enough money with these people over the years. So let me go to... Okay... Okay. All right. So I'll tell you what. I was getting a summary of what these people. So we raised. We raised $5,400 from these events. Wow. Okay, so we made $5,000 for the post. Plus, we got a $2,500 donation the other day. Cool. And we had a band the other night. That's cool. All right, so I'm going to go to my shopping folder and tell you what I bought. Okay, so I bought a British and Irish Lions supporter scarf for half price. I got a British and Irish Lions tankard, beer mug. I got the women's 2025 t-shirt, a blue one, for half price. I got the Women's Rugby World Cup jacket. It's got these like mauve sleeves and white in the center. which weren't available at the damn World Cup, surprisingly. And I got a T-shirt for the York Community Stadium where I went to several games, a green one, in the Springbok colors. So that's kind of cool. I also got a mini supporter ball. Yep, and I got a full-size ball because I didn't buy it there. They wanted $42 for the ball there, and I got it for $21, half price. And I bought a 2027 orange World Cup a T-shirt. So yeah, and they charged me $80.18, $18 to ship it, and then tax. The tax was on the tanker. All the others are the balls because the clothing is not taxable in the States. So yeah, but $80.18. So I paid $100 of the price I paid was all bullshit. Yeah, so that's the last time that'll happen. Not going to play that game anymore. Anyway, yeah, but again, I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't got the prices lowered so much. So that would have been like $500 for that stuff otherwise, or $600. Yeah, no, I report on that, Conrad. It wasn't him. It was the front office that fired him. Took a road trip to Sabi yesterday. So that's a stunning country. It is a stunning country. Yep. At least Ackerman can now choose his own coaching team. Should have happened from the beginning. True. Yeah, but once again, Jake White wasn't the problem, folks. Yeah, we'll get a great feel for what the squads will look like in 2027. Brazen Blake, thank you for the help you give. My friend in South Africa has moved one step closer due to advice from videos. Well, that's, I suppose, good to hear, Brazen Blake. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, Johan Ackerman can hire his own coaches now. Yeah, I don't like paying taxes at all, especially unnecessary ones. But I'm going to have to pay big taxes here soon. I've got to go through this weekend and see how much I did and didn't make this year, and then do a rough calculation of what I should have paid in taxes, and then make up any shortfall at the end. Yep, not looking forward to that. It'll be a rough estimate, but yeah. So I paid taxes throughout the year, extra taxes, plus on my retirement check every month. They take taxes out. So anyway. Oh, Robbie Williams concert. That would be awesome. He's quite the talent. I do have referee jerseys in my collection. I have the 2015 referee jersey. I have the 2023 referee jersey. And I think I have one or two more. Yep. No, I have referee jerseys. Yep, absolutely. I like to buy those too. Some of them are really cool. Yeah, no, it's no. I have club jerseys. I have national jerseys, like the World Cup jerseys. I had Namibia. I think I have Namibia in 2015, Namibia in 2019, Namibia in 2023. They're not going to make 2027. They missed out. So I have those three from Namibia. And then I have Chile, I have Portugal, I have Georgia, Fiji, Samoa, Canada, South Africa, Wales. I think I have Ireland as well. Yep. USA, of course. I have USA from 2011, 2015, 2019. They weren't in 2023, so there's no jersey to have then. Yep. Yeah, no, I've got quite a few. I've got Major League Rugby jerseys from Houston, Dallas, New York, Atlanta, Chicago. Some of those don't even have teams anymore. And DC. Yep. Yep. I have an Ulster jersey from when I was at the Women's World Cup in 2017. I bought an Ulster jersey when I was there. Where do I find USA Rugby jerseys? It's not easy, Arctic. It's not easy. A variety of different sources. Yeah. They're hard to come by. They really are. Not easy. And what sucked for the Women's World Cup is that these idiots made rugby jerseys, but they made them for women. So they're narrow in the hips, or wide in the hips and narrow, and coming down here, and the shoulders are too small, and they built it so you can have breasts. And I mean, it's just stupid. They made women's jerseys. They didn't make jerseys for unisex or men. They lost so much in the sales. What a bunch of dumbasses. I mean, I wanted to buy the Springboks jersey in York. All they had was women's. Wanted to buy the American jersey. All they had was women's. Bunch of dumbasses. Men can only buy the shirts. What do you mean no shit? Well, you asked me a question. I answered your question. What's with the no shit? What's with the attitude, man? Anyway. It's just dumb. Just dumb. In fact, that's the case now. That's the case now. Let me find that deal. Let me show you. Let's see if I can find the advert here, where it was. Here it is. So I'll show you these. So this is the official World Rugby shop. Oh, I'm sorry, Arctic. I know you asked about it before. I assume you got one. Well, I'll try to help you find one. So here's the Men's Rugby World Cup 2027. But they've also got a sale on. I guess the sale's over now. Shoot. Okay, that one, that's new. That wasn't there the other day. So USA's in it, but see, that's all they carry. So they had a big sale, and I bought some stuff. There's the collection for 2027. That's the shirt I bought. Where they're so politically correct. No white people. Look at that. Let's not include white people on our website. Not a single white person. 90% of people watch this sport are white, but no white people. Here's the Boxing Day sale. Okay, 60% off. Let's click on that. Okay, that's the tankard I bought right there. Okay, there's the scarf I bought. See, look, there's a Women's World Cup. That's women's jersey. Okay. There's the South African, but it's for women. There's a Canadian, but it's for women. So they didn't make one that men can buy. It's clearance too, $65. See how it's tapered on the side there and the boobs come out? 2 times extra large ain't going to work. It's too small. It's just made for women. Anyway, so that's a shame. $65. That'd be nice to be able to get one. It's for $65. Let me see if they have anything for USA. Shop by team. Nope, they don't have USA. Okay. World Rugby Shop used to be one place to get it. Yeah, World Rugby Shop. There you go. I've told you about World Rugby Shop before. So World Rugby Shop is one place I bought a lot of stuff over the years. So there you go. So there's the home replica jersey, 134. There's a women's one. And there's a training jersey. That's a Women's World Cup. But that's not for women. Men can wear. There's the women's. Men, see, there's got a men's one there. See, they have a men's one there. Huh. See, I bought that one. That's the Women's World Cup jersey. I bought it for men. Yep. So those are your options right now. That's what they have. This is nice, but $200 is a lot of money for that. A singlet. I don't need a singlet. That's for ladies. Okay. So there's an away. That's not a jersey. It's a jersey. No, but the current ones, that's up here. So that's what you want to get. That right there. $135. World Rugby Shop. 2 times extra large. Well, for you, Arctic, 3 times is probably what you need. There you go, man. There you go. Well, dude, you asked. I don't buy them until they drop to $60 or $70. Then I buy them. Goes along with a pair of Sydney Sweeney jeans. What goes along? Been trying to find a USA jersey for 3 years, okay? Try Life Wave 19 Rebuild Stem Cells. Okay, Charles, thanks for that. Got a knockoff on Amazon for $50. Comfy, but not the proper thing. Okay. So sorry to hear that you had to spend your day at ER. Okay. Chairman of World Rugby explained that more than 90% of World Rugby comes from the men's World Cups. It was a very interesting, scary conversation. No, I'm not surprised. Is it Bill Beaumont still? Sir Bill Beaumont? 90% comes from Rugby World Cup men's, yep. Able to buy all the memorabilia for her. A single mom, it was a big deal to reward a daughter who was a top tour student. There you go. Phoenix doesn't like the jersey. I told the colonel about Life Wave patches that stimulate your stem cells to repair your body a few months ago, but someone in the chat said it takes too long. Okay, I don't remember that, Karen. Brett Robinson. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I say Bill Beaumont finally finished with that. Yeah, okay, thank you for sharing that. Okay, thanks, Dirk. I haven't kept up with World Rugby. I'm not happy with them. Life Wave patches. Life Wave patches reviews, okay. Reviews are mixed. Drug-free way to boost energy performance and wellness through light reflecting nanocrystals, citing personal success. Skeptics like McGill University's Office for Science question the vague science. Huh. Where do you get them at? Oh, they're on Amazon. Whoa, $172. Damn. 30 patches. Sounds kind of fishy. Someone says it doesn't work. Someone says I was skeptical, but it worked. Who knows? You know, I'm going to put it in my cart, and I'm going to go back to it later on and check it out and see what it's all about. All right, now it's showing me a bunch of stuff I bought before. I don't want stuff I bought before, man. Ooh, what's this? Laptop bag. Dual camera. AI tracking. Ooh, what's that? That's pretty cool. External hard drive. Yeah, I need one of those. Well, by the way, my hard drive is it seems like it's toast, the one that was causing all the problems, because I plugged it into my laptop. I couldn't even read it. It said there's an error. Now I need to find somebody that can recover the data. That'd be awesome, Carl Lewis. An original jersey would be crazy. Great, yeah. Probably need it from a lock. Somebody tall like that. It's got broad shoulders. Yep. Hey, what's up? Etienne McCarthy. How you doing there? You're playing for the USA. Wow, I know a few people on the USA team. Hunko Hemeshuis is one of them. Yep, I know him. Yep. I used to know, what's his name, played for, from New York, used to play scrum half for the USA side. Yeah, Brett Robinson, there's recovery software you can use. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, that's what I got to find out. So, okay. Free data recovery. Top free data recovery tools for corrupted external drives. Rakuva, user-friendly, unlimited free recovery. Okay, Rakuva. PhotoRec. And Test Disk. Okay. Best 10 data recovery software. Rakuva. Don't go for the free stuff. Yeah, Ruben DeHaas. Oh, yeah, that's not who I know, though. That's not, no, is Mike, what's his name? What's his name, Mike? Oh. Mike Petrie. Yeah, it just came in. Mike Petrie. He does some announcing now. Yep, Mike Petrie was scrum half. Known as Peaches by his teammates. Yep. He's 41 now, from Brooklyn. He played for Sale. He never played. He signed for them. Played for the Dragons 3 appearances, and then played Rugby United New York for 22 games. Played USA 57 times, scored 33 points. Yeah. Played up through 2015 World Cup. Yep. Here he is in 2011. This is a game I was at. That's Petrie in 2011. That's in Wellington, New Zealand. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. One of the most famous referees in the world. I didn't realize that was who called that game. That's against Wallabies. Mike Petrie. Yep, I remember that game. 2011 in New Zealand. Been mentioned, but test disk can recover data cumbersome to navigate through. Okay. No, I mentioned test disk. No, it's a Seagate drive. I usually stick with a different brand, but the Seagate was a good deal and I bought it. Now I'm sticking with solid state drives. That's a physical drive. This is a solid state drive. 4 terabytes here from Crucial. Mike Petrie, yeah. He worked for UBS Wealth Management team. But then he quit to play rugby full time. He's the director of athletics at Bay Ridge Preparatory School since 2018. Yeah, played for the U.S. national side. Yeah, Mike Petrie. Nice guy. Actually got an interview with him once. I don't know if it was on this channel or the other channel. Let me take a look see. Petrie. I think it was on the other channel. No, it must be on the other channel. Mike Petrie. Yep. Whose brother played for the U.S.? Testis is also free. Individual lights and sound not so lacquer. You're not hogging the chat, Maze. Just do what you have to do. $6,000. I haven't heard from Colin in a long time, man. I haven't heard from him in a while. How's he doing? How's his channel doing? I haven't seen him. Let me see that. I was just curious. I haven't heard from him in a long time. Wondering how he's doing. Brickmaker, there we go. He has big audiences for his live streams. I thought he had a lot more subscribers than that. So much talent, how these guys and gals need to go through the U.S. international pipeline and take their chances. Well, that definitely would improve the U.S. So, Hey, David Pernanand Mula, welcome to you. This is your cue to clap the like button. Yeah, clap. Samsung's drives are great if you're willing to work for. Yeah, they're a little pricey, but they're good. Disk drill or Disk Genius to recover from hard drives. Disk drill. Did I save that one? Yeah, but disk drill only gives you 500 megabytes. Then you have to pay for it. That's what the problem with that is. Okay. Not easy raising kids as a single parent. No doubt. Pay for it, you'll get what you buy. Okay? Yeah, I'll pay for it and not know that it works and waste money. Like I got hit with a freaking, tariff. Andre Staman's daughter's in the pipeline. Wow. I didn't know transformation was affecting women's rugby. Nadine Ruiz is a star. She's a rock star, man. Really enjoyed her at the World Cup. Got to meet her at the World Cup. Was pretty cool. Got a picture with her. You guys saw that photograph of her and I. Recovery software cover everything you ever had on a disk. Which one, Joe, Texas? What's recovery software? Carlos, what's going on, man? Wonder where you at. Got to pay my bills starting now. It's time to start paying bills. Pay them early. Chris Wyatt, what's going on, man? I'm doing better than you, I think. Chris Wyatt, send me a note. What's going on with you now? I'm trying to keep track. I'm losing track of all the people. There's so many. We had someone else in your area here on the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still around. Who's up that way. So I want to hear what's going on with you guys. Okay. I know a few people from your area made their way out to Twin Falls. Good luck with that. I appreciate where people are coming from, but that doesn't necessarily help. Yeah, her background. Yeah, she's a very determined person. She's had a very tough life. Yeah. She's a tough player too. I mean, she was amazing. She was absolutely amazing in the World Cup. I mean, it was so much fun to watch her. Yeah. $100 Rife unit. Program your own patches. Don't know what Maze is talking about, man. 1 terabyte free with Disk Genius. It's a 2 terabyte drive. Okay. Rikuva. Okay, Rikuva. That's. Well, that was the one I was going to. Yeah, okay. Download the free version. Okay. The paid version doesn't give you a whole lot more, man. It just gives you, service. Yeah, please do it, Chris Wyatt. That's fine. Just so I keep track. Okay, thanks. Thank you for that. I said Riku. It's Recover. It's Recover. So, there it is, me installing it. Marafori. Oh, it's from Piriform. I like Piriform. Those guys have some great programs. Although this one is being a little stubborn at the moment. Yeah, so you get premium support, automatic updates, virtual drive support. I don't need those things. So it does all I need. And I guess it's included if you have CC Cleaner. I've used CC Cleaner forever. I haven't used it recently, but man, I love CC Cleaner. Yep. What a great program, CC Cleaner. Been a while since I used CC Cleaner. Been a while. Anyway, how are we doing here? It installed. Love me some Rife. Okay, I hope you had a good. Carlos, Boxing Day was okay, man. It's okay. I'll survive. Yeah. Just hoping that people are just taking the Christmas week off because it's been kind of slow on the channel with my prepared videos. I'm hoping those prepared videos pick up a little bit here. Especially one I just did. Okay, I got that. So Joe, Texas, I downloaded. Okay. May says bye. Got to run. Just pop my nose in to show support. Well, thank you for that, Undercover FG. Do appreciate that. If you counts, BleachBit over CC Clear. Well, BleachBit does. I got that from, of course, from Hillary Clinton. You mean like with a cloth? God. Yeah, that woman is something else. Well, they're compromised. I have Glare Utilities. I've been using Glare Utilities for years, but I don't think Glare Utilities does drive recovery, does it? So I didn't know that CC Cleaner was compromised. I haven't used it in ages. It's been a long time. Pickleball, my goodness. I was talking to somebody about pickleball yesterday. I was like, wow, pickleball. Why is this taking so long? Here we go. Okay. All right, yeah, pickleball is like a fast-growing sport, if you want to call it a sport. To me, it's like table tennis where you stand around. Maze, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm very ignorant about the terms you're using there. I don't know if it's about your health that you're talking about, your software for your health, or for work. I'm a little confused. Interesting stuff some of you are sharing, though. All right, so let me, we talked about the snow. So here's the story I started the program with, folks, just so you know. This was about the South African who got arrested for trying to come in the country and seek asylum when he wasn't authorized to do that. Nadine says, my baby said his first word, and it was not mama. It was papa. Oh, ouch. That cuts to the core. Oh, yeah, you don't have to move much. It's pickleball, exactly. It's not like playing tennis. All right, Phoenix, take care. So, yeah, there's a South African named Schoenwinkel, who is in that detention center in Georgia. Been there since September. Yep. Benjamin Schoenwinkel. Got locked up for trying to come in the country. And the snow is falling. Yes, clouds are gathering, snow is falling. EFF has condemned U.S. airstrikes. Like we care. President Trump claimed a Christmas Day airstrike targeting ISIS jihadists who were killing primarily Christians. EFS rejected U.S. attempts to frame violence in the region as religious persecution of Christians by Muslims. Party said Trump administration was disguising imperialism as a campaign to combat terrorism. Oh my goodness. Let me help out the EFF, okay? Let me help the EFF out because they're a little confused. They're a little confused about what things are, okay? Let me just tell them. Okay, so for the EFF, and I'll put this in a video, imperialism is the policy or practice of a nation extending its power and dominion over foreign lands, either through direct territorial conquest, colonialism, or indirect economic, political control, driven by motives like wealth, resources, or perceived cultural superiority, creating hierarchical relationships where a core power dominates peripheral regions. For example, using force or diplomacy to exert control, like the Roman Empire. But the problem with that is that here's the thing. Nigeria says more strikes are coming by the U.S. in joint operations. Look at that. Nigeria and U.S. conducted joint precision strike targeting ISIS militants in northwest Nigeria. And Nigeria says diplomatic spat with the U.S. is over. Yeah, look at that. Funny, the Nigerians are saying that things are hunky-dory, but the EFF, of course, sticking its rather large nose or bum into affairs they have no understanding of. The amount of people on holiday here in Mossel Bay, it makes sense if few people are watching. They're all on the beach all day long. I think you're right about that, Carlos. I think that's probably true. Fascinating subject and sounds out there, however, now rife and scholar being used at MD. Okay, thank you, Maze. Wait until they come up. Full contact, Australian rules pickleball. Australian rules pickleball. No, actually not true, Dirk. I've actually been involved in these operations. It's a bit more involved than that. Yeah. But yeah, there was no special forces involved in this one, but there will be special forces later on. You can expect U.S. and Nigerian special forces to work close coordination. Also, you can expect to see joint strikes. I would expect to see Nigeria's Super Tucanos directed to targets by special forces who are laser designating targets in future. You watch. Daniel from Wartburg. Hey, how's it going, man? Has the Wartburg Hotel reopened? The Wartburg, has that reopened? I heard rumor it was going to reopen. I'd like to know because if I get back down that way, I'd like to stay there. So, has it reopened? That would be cool. Slept in a little, says Veroskis. Saw the video title of The Asylum Seeker. We'll watch later. Yeah, no. Yeah, please watch that later on. Yeah, so I'm curious, Daniel. Good to see you there from Wartburg. I loved that hotel. It was fun. Had a good time there. Enjoyed the food, German food, and the beer. Yeah, it was not really. I mean, it's kind of German, looked German, but it was. I know it was pretty cool. The Wartburg, yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. That was a long time ago. I went there. Gosh, I was on my way. I think I was going to Durban. I stayed overnight there. Long time ago. Long time ago. Paul Ferreira, what's going on, man? How's it going? We were talking about Portuguese the other day. Lots of Portuguese in South Africa. Bafana. Oh, yeah, Bafana lost. Oh. I'm surprised nobody's pointed it out. So disappointed. So the restaurant is reopened, and they are going to reopen the hotel. Ooh, cool. Do you ever go there? Please give them my greetings. I'd be curious to know who I am. They didn't know who I was then. That was a long time ago, 10, 15 years ago. Bafana, the boys have lost to Egypt. Their hopes are on edge now. They're going to have to win against Zimbabwe, which is doable. Refereeing decisions will be much talked about as 10-player Pharaohs hang on and face a second-half onslaught. A win needed against Zimbabwe. That is Bafana's situation in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations after they lost 1-0 to 10-man Egypt in their VAR influence match in Agadir. Egypt, 6 points are through to the next round, but Bafana's fate is still in their own hands going to the last Group B match against Zimbabwe on Monday in Marrakesh, where a win will ensure safe passage to the last 16 for coach Hugo Bruce. Man, isn't he the guy that just said the racist stuff? South Africa, 3 points, may also only need a draw, though then calculators might be called on because Angola and Zimbabwe, 1 point each, played a 1-1 draw in the earlier match. It can only reach 4 points. So, if Bafana beats Zimbabwe, they'll get 6 points and progress with Egypt to the next round, but the danger is that they may meet host Morocco in the first match of the knockout stages. Bruce will be encouraged that this match, influenced by VAR decisions that included awarding Egypt a penalty for Mohamed Salah's lone 45th minute goal. Bafana had control and created most of the chances in the second half, though against 10 men. Well, great. Creating chances, it doesn't put points on the board. You got to score. George Steinberg is in from Heckport. How's it going, man? Excellent food, especially steak, hamburgers, big. I can't finish it. All right, well, that's good to hear, Daniel. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going there again. Wouldn't mind going there, but I need the hotel to be open. So, of course, these days we probably need armed guards too, given what's going on in that part of the world. Who knows? Yep, that's cool. Let me see. The last thing I ever found in them, because in 2022 I was going to try to stay there, but I found that they were closed. Yeah, the Wartburgerhof. Yep. Is the website still working? Well, the site's there. It says 2025. I don't know if that's updated automatically. Wow. Let's see what they say about our rooms. Oh, this is how it's going to look once they're renovated. So it doesn't tell you they're renovating. Okay. Cool. So they're going to renovate. Cool. You have a place to stay on the farm. That's great for you, but what about me? So it's still listed here. Say a standard family room. Try that. Anyway, that's an Expedia. So the Wartburgers got their space back up. 14-room boutique retreat, authentic Bavarian heritage, Mediterranean flair. Okay, it's had a troubled history. It's a shame. Okay, well, yeah, I hope that opens up. So, I decided all their new rooms will look the same. I think they just a little bit lazy there. Husband's cousin used to play for the old Highlands Park soccer team, Larry DeFreitas. Okay. Oh, I'm welcome to stay on the farm. Well, thank you, Daniel. Do we have guns? Do we have guns and body armor? Do we have an escape route? Met interesting people in Israel, Panama, U.S., New Zealand, Russia, U.K., South Africa, people in their 90s, and a crabby Russian Jewish lady in New York where I returned her money. It was a bit wacky. Well, I met interesting people in Israel, in the USA, New Zealand, in UK, and South Africa, but never in Panama or Russia. I haven't been to either one of those places. Okay. Anyway, there you have it, folks. All right, well, gosh, it's a holiday. People are out enjoying themselves. Hopefully they'll be back. I think YouTube is happening all over the world where people aren't watching as much content. That's okay. Then we have a lovely, fine size audience tonight. We've enjoyed this conversation. It's 11:30 here on the East Coast. I'm going to drop off and pay a couple bills. They're not due till like the 10th or 12th, both, but better get them out of the way now. And the companies will have the revenue so they can continue operations. So I have a little bit of money in the bank. I can pay for it. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Take care. Well, it's not a holiday for me, Arctic. I work every day. But, no rugby tomorrow. I won't be doing any games, so Rugby Ascend will have a break tomorrow, so that's good. And you guys take care. God bless, and thanks for being here. Belated Merry Christmas to everybody, and Happy New Year. It's just around the corner. So we'll see you tomorrow with the news. Hopefully the internet worked fine. All right. And we have, see your comment. Okay, your comment is you would write me in a WhatsApp. Didn't you say that? Hang on. Hey, Rena, what's going on? Where is Chris Shawan's comment? See this? Why do you do that? Just put it back in there again. I'm going way back. I'm seeing nothing from you. There it is. Update me on WhatsApp. I read that. 11:15. That was 15 minutes ago. I read that comment. Don't see any other from you. All right, guys. So there you go. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. God bless, and to all a good night.